Hey, this is Chris from GAK, and with me right now I've got the brand new Atreides Analog Weirding module from Way Huge Effects. So what is it? It's essentially a synth pedal, basically modelled after a vintage keyboard synth, and it's got some absolutely crazy kind of envelopes, expressions, fuzz, and loads of sub to get you some amazing, dirty synth tones. So it's one effect, but because there's so many parameters on there that you can change, it really does give you a wide range of different ways to use the effect. So going left to right then on here. So first we've got volume. You can balance it depending on how much for the effect that you want. Sensitivity. I'm not 100% sure what it's doing, but when I moved it down, it seemed to be a lot more stricter with it. The sound was a bit cleaner, and when you turn it all the way up, it seems to get a bit more dirty, a bit fuzzier, and it's certainly a nice option to have there. So moving on to the range, this is controlling the expression. So it's kind of like a velocity triggered expression. It's a bit like a wah kind of filter, and that's kind of triggering how much of that and how little of that you're employing. So bright is controlling the tone. So when you turn it down, you can get kind of nice, kind of blurry, fuzzy, synthy sounds that would sit perfectly under a mix. Or if you want to cut it through, turn it all the way up, and it kind of filters it out, and you can get nice kind of crisp, clear sounds that would, cut through a mix. Great for a lead sound or something like that. The next thing you got is fuzz. Now the fuzz is great because it's really good for breaking up the sound. Like I said, you can get some really dirty tones with it, which, kind of any alternative music fans are going to absolutely love. Or you can dial it back a bit and get something a little bit cleaner, a little bit more classic. So the rate is referring to the actual modulation in there. It's kind of like a phasing effect. So turning it down is a bit more of a slower, sweeping effect, and you can turn it up and get some crazy, fast pulsing phases and stuff like that, if that is what you're into. And then lastly, the sub. So this sub acts more like a blend. So it's got a lower sub octave to what you're playing. So when it's all the way down, it's completely out, and then the notes that you're playing are actually the notes that are coming out. What is quite nice, if you move it up to about halfway, then you get a blend. And then if you want to go full sub, which is great for playing a bit higher up the neck, if you want to maybe play like a higher lead tone, but give it a bit of a lower octave fat sound without necessarily going down to the chunkier strings, then that is great for that. So I'll tell you what we do then. Let's jump into it. Let's play around with all the settings for you. Let's have a little play, see what sort of sounds we can get out of it, and see what you guys think. So yeah, as you can probably tell, it is a very unique pedal. There are some very kind of niche sounds in there, but they have all kinds of great applications. Really does offer something completely different to anything I've ever heard. I did have great fun with this. You know, for heavier music, you can really get a different tone to maybe things that you're used to. You know, and it's got its more subtle uses as well. So, you know, I think it's a great pedal. I like it. It's completely different to anything I've ever tried. As they describe it, it's consciousness awakening. So there's that. So let us know what you thought of it. As always, you can check it out on our website. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again.